It can't be underestimated just how good WWF wrestling was when I was a kid. From the cartoonish characters of the 80s all the way up to the edgy storylines and more explicit wrestling of the 90s, known as the Attitude Era. It really was an amazing time to live through. So what about the games? Well, we got plenty of them. Today we're going to take a look at the first WWF game I ever gave a damn about. Will it still hold up today? Welcome to my review of WWF War Zone.
The British Bulldog has developed a huge following.
1, 2, 3.
What a match! What a one-sided match! Hunter Hearst Helmsley got the beating of his life.
WWF War Zone was released in 1998 for the PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64 and Game Boy, and was developed and published by Acclaim Studios. Up to this point, all previous games in the series were 2D, making War Zone the first 3D WWF game. This was a big deal. I mean, N64 owners had WCW Revenge and World Tour, two great games, but I was a PS1 only owner at the time, and being a huge WWF fan at the time, I was happy to finally have a big wrestling game on my PS1. So let's check out Warzone's main menu. There's 5 modes available here. Challenge works like a career mode in the later SmackDown games, but obviously not as advanced as being the first attempt at this style. The way it works is you fight different wrestlers, and after winning enough matches, you get a shot at the WWF title, reaching the top of the pyramid. But lose a match and it will move you back down the pyramid. There's no storylines here, but from time to time, you'll be challenged by other wrestlers in these cool live action FMVs.
As the first third-generation superstar of the WWF, I've been around wrestling all my life, and I've never seen an attitude like yours. Let's see what you're really made out of when I get you in the ring.
First of all, let's get one thing straight. There is no one that can do what I can in the ring. You can take all those backstabbing hyenas and line them up, and none of them can beat me fair and square on my worst day. You're no different from any of them, and you're about to be excellently executed.
Feel free to use whatever you can find, you low-class scum. From the looks of things, you can use all the help you can get, but all I need is a pedigree to put an end to your wrestling career.
It may sound like they were recorded in a bathroom, but for the time, this was awesome to see. Also, there's the standard versus mode, a tag team match mode up to 4 players, a cage match mode, a weapons match that is basically a hardcore match, and a first of its kind, create a wrestler. I know, it's a standard thing in modern wrestling games now, but this was where it all started, and I remember having hours of fun creating silly looking characters. You know how it is. There's 18 superstars to choose from on the roster, and with the game coming out in the WWF Attitude Era, we got some of the very best here. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, Bret and Owen Hart, the British Bulldog, just to name a few, and many more. A quick word on the menu's look itself. I think it's great. The steampunk metal style really suits the Attitude Era here. There's industrial looking lifts when loading into modes, and when choosing a wrestler, they break out of these metal containers. Very badass. It's been a long time since I played Warzone, but the gameplay holds up well considering the game's almost 28 years old now. Acclaim made a more realistic style of wrestling here. Gone is the arcade style button mashing of the previous 2D games in the series. Now you can grapple and perform actual wrestling moves. These moves are done by pressing different button combos. Each wrestler has a move list that shows all button combos by pressing start in the in-game menu. After putting a bit of time in, you'll be performing cool moves from memory. and it's a lot of fun and challenging to learn all of the moves over time, to kick your mate's ass at versus mode. Along with the moves, of course, punches and kicks are here too. Top rope moves are also a lot of fun, and you can fight outside the ring, but be careful as you'll be counted out. Wrestlers now have a damage bar that has 3 stages to it. Green is full strength. If you or your opponent take too much damage, you're dropped to yellow, a weaker strength, and more damage drops you to red, the final danger stage. This is where you can finish your opponent however you like. Using a finisher works well, then going for the pin. I forgot Warzone has commentary here, from the great Jim Ross and Vince McMahon. And their lines here really had me laughing out loud. While playing Warzone back for this review, check this out.
They hook it up. I wonder what he did with the money his mama gave him for wrestling lessons. This match is over. Bulldog could have won this one with his hands tied behind his back. Rocky Maivia was outclassed from the start.
Each wrestler has a match entrance with lights and fireworks going off, and their authentic music. Again, I know it's not a big deal now, but for back in 1998, this was impressive. And you could even make an entrance for your creator wrestler with custom music. There's only one arena and ring in the game featuring the Raw is War logo, so that's cool. But even for an early 3D wrestling game, it's disappointing. I feel more could have been added for better variety, a missed opportunity here for sure. Graphics are obviously looking a bit dated now, but that's not to say they're bad. In fact, I love the PS1's 5th generation polygon chunky graphics, but that's just my opinion. Everyone has their own preference, I suppose, and that's cool. Attention to detail is really impressive still, with wrestlers' outfits looking great, and the animations for moves look smooth and fluent, even now, and I especially like how the ring floor bounces after superstars hit it. One thing that doesn't look good is the crowd. There's no movement or detail at all. They do shout out, but, you know, from time to time, so that's not bad. Sound is good in Warzone, from wrestlers' music, fighting sound effects, and I really like hearing a bell ring after hitting your opponent with it.
Developed a huge follow. He stunned him with that shot.
And the sound of a chair shot.
Really hurting now.
Never gets old, does it? Okay, time for my final thoughts. Warzone may not be the most polished wrestling game, or even have much content for players to come back to, but without a doubt, it set the standard for WWF 3D games going forward, and still provides hours of fun playing match after match still to this day. So next time you're in the mood for an old school wrestling game, I definitely recommend this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.
Make sure the floor isn't hurt. Here they go. Steve Austin doesn't know where he is. They lock horns. Off the ropes. Against the ropes. Locked together. The British Bulldog overpowered.